Hello again, music fans. I am back here for another collection video. And what is it this time? Well, this is assorted odds and ends in the progressive rock genre. I'm going to show some vinyl, some CDs, and a couple of DVDs also. All right, now I have already shown quite a bit of progressive rock here on my channel. I've done the Yes Spotlight, the Jethro Tull Spotlight, and Dream Theater Spotlight as well, and Rush. So there's been a lot of prog rock already shown, but here I have some, things, odds and ends that didn't really fit into those artist spotlight videos. We'll start with a very, very well-known band, and I should have an artist spotlight on these guys, but I just don't really have enough material from them, which is, of course, Pink Floyd, right? Now, I was really late in the game to Pink Floyd. Of course, I had heard of them. I knew of their most well-known songs, Another Brick in the Wall, and Monies, things like that, but never really gotten into them until I decided to dive in. Here we have a compilation album with 16 songs, a single disc set. It's called A Foot in the Door, The Best of Pink Floyd. Right? Pretty good if you want to get into Pink Floyd precisely. And then we have this live album, which is Pulse. This is the reissue. Now, when this originally came out, it had a little light that was blinking on the side of the case. So, but this one has just a normal case. It's a slip case. 2 CD set of live material. Pulse. And then we have what is up to this moment their latest studio album. Though really, it's only mostly instrumental things here. Endless River by Pink Floyd. There you go. It's some pretty mellow listening, this. Here we have a couple of tribute albums. Well, this one was in fact the first Pink Floyd music that I bought, which was a Pink Box Songs of Pink Floyd. It's got a lot of people, from various bands coming together to do Pink Floyd covers. Let's see, just to drop a few names. We have Keith Emerson, Alan White from Yes. Keith Emerson's from Emerson, Lake and Powers, of course. Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull doing The Thin Ice. Rick Wakeman also from Yes. Edgar Winter. Let's see. We have Steve Howe also from Yes. Dweezil Zappa. Derek Sherinian. A who's who of the prog rock musicians coming together to do some Pink Floyd. This is a 2 CD set. Another tribute album. Here we have Wish You Were Here Symphonic. Right there. So it has the Wish You Were Here suite. We have Alice Cooper, Dave Fowler, Stephen McElroy, and Rick Wakeman right there. Now we have a couple of live albums from the members of Pink Floyd. Here we have David Gilmour live at Pompeii, 2 CD set. I was a bit disappointed that this one did not include a DVD in the set, but still, pretty good 2 CD set here with some of his solo stuff and some Pink Floyd stuff. And then we have Roger Waters doing The Wall live. Also a 2 CD set with the entire album live. Now the original album, I don't have it. Like I said, I'm only starting to get into Pink Floyd. I do have this one also on Blu-ray. It's a really good show. Pretty spectacular stage set. Okay, let's move on to another more modern but very well-known band, which is Marillion. Here we have a compilation by them, Best Sounds. Single CD set, but with really good stuff in there. Another band that I really want to start getting into, which is Marillion. This is some of their later stuff, because I do understand that their early stuff has their fans, and then there's a latter era Now this one, which is a Crash Course, another compilation. This one I got for free from the band themselves. Now I don't know if they still have this on their official website, but on their website there's a thing where if you put yourself on their mailing list or something, you can request a free CD. Okay, or it's either a physical CD or digital download. You know, whichever is your preference. Of course, my preference is for the physical CD. Now, I didn't really think it would come because I live in Mexico and these guys live in England. But sure enough, like about a month and a half later, maybe 2 months, I got a little envelope from England with this CD in there. Single CD set with 10 songs. And the first time I ever heard Marillion was not on CD, was rather on this DVD, which is Somewhere in London, which is a 2 DVD set. It's got, I believe, two different shows. Really good music. Like I said, another band that I really want to start to get into, Marillion. As well as prog rock in general, though I'm not a novice right here as far as progressive rock, you know, but I really do want to know more bands and get more CDs from much more bands, you know, like Gentle Giant, you know, more from Emerson, Lake and Palmer, stuff like that. All right. This is one that I've already shown. Now, granted, this isn't really prog rock. You know, Genesis was progressive rock in the beginnings, and they retained some of those elements through the years. Take off the sticker, and but these are more their radio hits, which include some elements, you know, some touches of progressive rock here and there. These are all with, I believe, with Phil Collins on vocals. All their radio hits, you know, Turn It On Again, Invisible Touch, I Can't Dance, Follow You, Follow Me, Abacab. Now, well, I forgot from Pink Floyd my only LP, which is A Momentary Lapse of Reason. All right, let's take it out of the sleeve here. This one, curiously, I bought it at not at a record store, but just here in Mexico, in my city, in a normal department store. You know, they had some Pink Floyd albums, and I bought this one because it has a song that I really liked, which is On the Turning Away. Really like that song. Of course, it also has a really cool Learning to Fly. There's the gatefold. It's a new album. It's not a used album, a reissue. Now let's look at some more vinyl. Here we have the Alan Parsons Project, I, Robot. All right. This one I got in trade from a friend of mine, and I'm afraid the LP is not in the best condition. I gave it a good clean, and in fact the LP sleeve was not in the best condition either because it only has, you know, the cover, which somebody just glued together. So I'm not able to put the record inside. I have it here on this plastic sleeve. If you know Alan Parsons, you know what this type of music is. You know, very there are some elements of progressive rock and very keyboard heavy, very synth heavy, but good songs. All right. Now we go with a couple of Jethro Tull LPs. Now, of course, I've already done Jethro Tull Spotlight, you know, which is one of my favorite bands. But I do believe that when I did that video, I did not have these two albums. And even though I believe I do I have shown them in a previous music update video, here we have A. That's the name of the album, A. All right. This was originally intended to be an Ian Anderson solo album. Ian Anderson being the leader of Jethro Tull, singer and the songwriter of practically all the material. But then it morphed into Jethro Tull album. And let me tell you, if you're going to get into Jethro Tull, do not start here because this is there's nothing memorable here. It's very much of its age, of its era, which is of course the early 80s, 1980. And they're trying to go for that more keyboardy sound, more poppy sound. It doesn't really work. The same thing can be said for this one, which is under wraps, more, keyboard stuff, and I believe they even use a drum machine here. Gasp. The only song here that I really memorable would be the title track, which is Under Wraps. Cool cover though. Now this is an album that has some, not really prog, this is more electronic music, ambient music. We have here Andreas Vollenweider, Under the Tree in the Cave. And the reason I bought this, I love the cover. Look at that cover. Inside a cave and stuff. Very mellow music. I'm afraid the vinyl is not in the best shape. I got this one also in trade from a friend. Likewise, this other one, which is Steely Dan and Pretzel Logic. Now, this is a really good album. Now, can't really call these guys a prog rock, because they're more like a jazz rock. They had a more of other, but they did have some really cool arrangements. Right there. Pretzel Logic. Let's go back to the CDs. And this one I am really sure that I haven't shown, which is The Many Faces of Yes. Now, there are several in this line of The Many Faces of. I've seen The Many Faces of Kiss, David Bowie, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, which I do own, that one. And of Queen, of several other bands. What these compilation albums are 3 CD sets with songs that are related to the band, meaning songs that were made as solo material by band members or covers by other bands, or odds and ends of the band themselves. Here we have disc 1, the BBC sessions, which I already have, all right, as a Yes CD called, I believe, Awaken. But I'm not sure about that, okay? And disc 2, we have projects before and after Yes, which are stuff from the band's solo albums. And then disc 3, playing their favorite songs, which are the members of Yes playing covers of other bands, mainly Pink Floyd. So, let's see, where did I leave that album? The Pink Floyd here we have. There are some songs here that are also here. So I have some repeat songs here. All right, but still, really cool compilation. The Many Faces of Yes. And then we have this awesome compilation of progressive rock, which is called simply Progressive Rock Trilogy. 3 CD set with a ton of stuff. Disc 1, the greatest progressive songs. We have stuff from Yes, Premiata for Nadia Marconi, Ian Anderson Family, Rick Wakeman, Tomorrow, a lot of stuff. Disc 2, the Canterbury Scene. If you're familiar with prog rock, you know that the Canterbury Scene is a term used to describe musical genre. All right, from I believe from Europe. Here we have space rock and krautrock. And disc 3 is the Italian scene, folk gens and some magical prog tunes. As some of you may know, there's a very rich tradition of progressive rock in Italy. So there's some of that there. But really good listen all the way through all 3 CDs. We finish now with this band called Circa. Circa ... This is a band that is formed by members of Yes. All right. We have Alan White on drums and Tony Kaye on keyboards, who was a member of Yes. All right. Really good song. If you like Yes, you'll like this. I have 2 albums by them. Valley of the Windmill is the other one. They do have, I believe, one more CD. And this one is a CD and a DVD set. So it's got also a live set. All right. Well, that is it for my progressive rock odds and ends here on vinyl, CD, and some video. Hope you like this video. Thank you very much for watching, and so long.